привет, с вами я, Сладкая Вата. И вы знаете, если вы смотрите мои сторис в ВК и кружочки в Телеграме, вы знаете то, что я прочитала 84-й. 1984, если быть прям полностью точной. Книгу, конечно, эту я читала в детстве, но я, во-первых, ничего не помню, кроме общего. И она мне тогда очень понравилась. А тут я узнала, что, вообще-то Оруэлл британец, да? Ага. И книжку можно прочитать в оригинале. И я решила, а почему бы и да? И навернула. Впечатление вы узнаете сейчас. Видос будет на английском, потому что читала я на английском. Так что готовимся морально. Yeah. For real, government is watching us. And that's not bad. That's perfectly normal. And I think it's the only way to make everyone happy. This is my opinion. You can disagree in the comments. Yeah. Like always, I will read the most memorable for me parts of the book, and then we will discuss them. Yeah. At one end of it, a colored poster, too large for indoor display, had been tacked to the wall. It depicted simply an enormous face, more than a meter wide. The face of a man of about 45, with a heavy black mustache and and ruggedly handsome features. It was one of those pictures which are so contrived that the eyes follow you about when you move. Big Brother is watching you. The caption beneath it ran. The caption beneath it ran. Whoa! I should read aloud. I should try to read aloud. That was no good. I'm a little bit disappointed. So yeah, everywhere in the city, all over Oceania, these posters of Big Brother just hang there, and the eyes like follow you. Also, in every room there is a telescreen, some kind of device like smart TV. I think it transmits some kind of radio programs and video programs. And it's watching you, recording every step, every move, every word you say. Sometimes there is blind spots for these things, and in some neighborhoods there is no telescreens. But yeah, if you're in a party, you have a telescreen on your wall, and the government is watching you. So yeah. Behind Winston's back, the voice from the telescreen was still babbling away about pig iron and the over-fulfillment of the 9th three-year plan. At this part, I feel personally offended because of the 5-year plan in the USSR. But yeah, okay. The telescreen received and transmitted simultaneously. Any sound that Winston made above the level of a very low whisper would be picked up by it. Moreover, so long as he remained within the field of vision which the metal plaque commanded, he could be seen as well as heard. Told you so. There was, of course, no way of knowing whether you were being watched at any given moment. How often or on what system the thought police plugged in on an individual wire was guesswork. It was even conceivable that they watched everybody all the time. Yeah, like our mobile phones and our smart devices and our smart vacuum cleaners and our smart TVs and our smart speakers, like Alisa, like Marusia, yeah, like Alexa, or what is it called in other countries? I don't know. Yeah, that's perfectly normal. We basically live in this and we accept it. And we're okay with that. Why Orwell is not? I don't know. Maybe he performing a thought crime. Very bad man. Yeah. The Ministry of Truth. Mini-True in Newspeak. Newspeak is the official language in Oceania. I call it so, I don't know how to pronounce it. Just let it be Oceania, okay? Okay. So yeah, they have Newspeak. It's kind of language. Ужас. Yeah, it contains not only abbreviature, okay, but combined words like mini-true, as we can see here, thought crime, doublethink, and many others. Actually, in the book, the last some chapters, or maybe the last chapter, is consisted of theorization of Newspeak, and yeah, it's pretty interesting. The 3 slogans of the party: war is peace, freedom is slavery, ignorance is strength. Война — это мир, свобода — это рабство, незнание — сила. I don't agree with that at all, but why not we just accept it and continue reading the book. This was not illegal. Nothing was illegal since there were no longer any laws. But it detected it was reasonably certain that it would be punished by death, or at least by 25 years in a forced labor camp. It's a funny thing, actually, because we still have laws, a lot of laws, and we obey them, and it's great. I love laws and rules. And if you don't, write in the comments. We will have a conversation about that. Because yeah, everyone can have your own opinion. Why not? And again, perhaps it was not even unorthodoxy that was written in his face, but simply intelligence. Orwell says that orthodox people who don't act stupid, okay, that they are intelligent. No, not intelligent. I'm kind of mixed up. Orthodoxes are not intelligent enough. You know what, George? We need to talk. Later, Winston, it's our main character, he goes to his neighbor's apartment to fix something. I don't remember what. And he tells about his neighbor. Parsons was Winston's fellow employee at the Ministry of Truth. He was a fattish but active man of paralyzing stupidity, a mass of imbecile enthusiasm, one of those completely unquestioning, devout drudges on whom, more even than on the thought police, the stability of the party depended. I just don't want to comment that. Really? You have a perfectly working system where everyone is happy except for stupid pieces of shit like Winston. And I think George Orwell. And many intelligent people are orthodoxes. But Orwell can't imagine that, because he's the only one, he wears a white coat and oh, fuck that shit. Here were produced rubbishly newspapers containing almost nothing, except sport, crime, and astrology. Sensational 5-cent novelettes, films oozing with sex, and sentimental songs which were composed entirely by mechanical means on a special kind of kaleidoscope known as a versificator. That's funny, because now we have artificial intelligence who can write songs and write music, compose music maybe, I don't know. and nothing bad with that. And it even writes books. I don't know why. And we have a lot of newspapers that are so as described. Special showpieces not occurring oftener than once in a couple of years. Why? Why I used it? Let's listen one more time. Special showpieces not occurring oftener than once in a couple of years. I wanted to say, to talk about the flexibility of language in our world. We don't say oftener. Moreover, we don't say often. Nowadays, people say often, and it creeps me out. Because when I was learning English, it was only often. You can be fucking beaten if you said often. And now we say not oftener, but more often. And it's interesting. It's just evolution of English. A beautiful thing. Take good, for instance. If you have a word like good, what needed there for the word like bad? And good will do just as well, better, because it's an exact opposite, which the other is not. Here, Winston sits with a man who helped to compose the new dictionary of Newspeak, and he understands it, and he explains to Winston why the language should be this way or not the other way. Or again, if you want a stronger version of good, what sense is there in having a whole string of vague, useless words like excellent and splendid and all the rest of them? Plus good covers the meaning, or double plus good if you want something stronger. It's interesting, but no, I think nowadays we don't speak like that. But sometimes we say супер отлично, вот, невероятно великолепно, and like that. In the end, we shall make thought crime literally impossible, because there will be no words in which to express it. And it's a good thought, I think, because if you don't have a word for the thing basically doesn't exist. If there was hope, it must lie in the prose, because only there, in those swarming, disregarded masses, 85% of the population of Oceania, could the force to destroy the party ever be generated. Oh, fuck you! We tried it with prose, and look where it got us! Fucking nowhere! I love my life. I love my country, but the thing was that not the proles, okay? The thing was not in the proles. Who is the proles? It's proletarians. Yeah, they just call a huge mass of people proles. Oh, fuck you, George. I don't even want to speak about that. Not pleasant. 1984 was like a parody on the USSR, and we had a good country, a working country. Not because everyone worked, but it was working. It was working socialism. Not the best, okay? The best haven't ever been, but a good one. And here, freaking little boy Georgie tells us, oh, Pauls. Fuck you, George. Listen, the more men you've had, the more I love you. Do you understand that? Yes, perfectly. I hate purity. I hate goodness. I don't want any virtue to exist anywhere. I want everyone to be corrupt to the bones. Well then, I ought to suit you, dear. I'm corrupt to the bones. You like doing this? I don't mean simply me. I mean the thing in itself. I adore it. What was it? It was a romantic fucking dialogue. Winston meets Julia and they fall in love. I saw a bad love story in my freaking life. In books, a lot of them. But he likes that she's doing freaky stuff with other men because it helps to destroy the party. For God's sakes, really? The embrace had been a battle, the climax a victory. It was a blow struck against the party. It was a political act. We're speaking about sex, yeah. A political act to destroy the party. George. She had her first love affair when she was 16 with a party member of 60 who later committed suicide to avoid arrest. And a good job too, said Julia, otherwise they'd have had my name out of him when he confessed. Yeah, he had coitus with a 60-year man when she was 16 to destroy party. Woo! Such a fighter. And George thought that it was what? Okay? This is a parody on USSR. Definitely not. Some kind of... I'm not interested in the next generation, dear. I'm interested in us. You're only a rebel from the waist downwards, he told her. She thought this brilliantly witty and flung her arms around him in delight. Ты бунтарка тоже, только ниже пояса. No. Why? Why this thing exists? Yes, it have a good writing. It has a good worked out universe. I believe in this. But this fucking piece of bullshit. But I love this book. I won't recommend to anyone to read that, but just bullshit. The pros are human beings, he said aloud. We are not human. If you believed in party slogans, if you was a good man, you would have felt as you are a human being, like the pros. So, there is one man whose name is O'Brien, and Julia and Winston wants to join the resistance, and they have the dialogue with O'Brien, and so he asks them questions. Be patient. This is cringe, an awful cringe. You are prepared to give your lives? Yes. You are prepared to commit murder? Yes. To commit acts of sabotage which may cause the death of hundreds of innocent people? Yes. To betray your country to foreign powers? Yes. You are prepared to cheat, to forge, to blackmail, to corrupt the minds of children, to distribute habit-forming drugs, to encourage prostitution, to disseminate venereal diseases, to do anything which is likely to cause demoralization and weaken the power of the party? Yes. If, for example, it would somehow serve our interest to throw sulfuric acid in a child's face, are you prepared to do that? Yes. You are prepared to lose your identity and live out the rest of your life as a waiter or a dock worker? Yes. You are prepared to commit suicide if and when we order you to do so? Yes. You are prepared, the two of you, to separate and never see one another again? No! Broke in Julia. Yeah. This is the kind of rebels Orwell wanted to see. I don't want to see that. Absolutely not. This is fucking sick. The bad things that they prepare to do, and the one reasonable thing, just to stop loving each other, and they don't want to do that. What the hell? I don't. Meanwhile, I shall send you a copy of the book. Even O'Brien, Winston noticed, seemed to pronounce the words as though they were in italic. Курсивом. Короче, они как будто курсивом написаны, вот эти слова the book. У меня не тот курсивом помечены в книге, они курсивом были. This is very good writing, I think. This is nice to see and to read. Eurasia comprises the whole of the northern part of the European and Asiatic landmass, from Portugal to the Bering Strait. Oceania comprises the Americas, the Atlantic Islands, including the British Isles, Australasia? I don't know what that. And the southern portion of Africa. East Asia, smaller than the others, and with a less definite western frontier, comprises China and the countries to the south of it, the Japanese islands, and the large but fluctuating portion of Manchuria, Mongolia, and Tibet. Why I included this? It was very hard to read, just to understand how the three countries on the earth, where are they and what are they? I don't think that these have any meaning. It was hard to read this book, okay. With the development of television and the technical advance which made it possible to receive and transmit simultaneously on the same instrument, private life came to an end. Georgie, I wish you lived to our days. It will be so funny. The party intellectual knows in which direction his memories must be altered. Oh, this is about doublethink. I love doublethink. I practice doublethink. That's a great technique. So yeah, the party intellectual knows in which direction his memories must be altered. He therefore knows that he is playing tricks with reality, but by the exercise of doublethink, he also satisfies himself that reality is not violated. The process has to be conscious, or it would not be carried out with sufficient precision. But it also has to be unconscious, or it will bring with it a feeling of falsity and hence of guilt. Doublethink. I love it. This is a good thing. If there was hope, it lay in the prose. Yeah, we kind of tried that. Yeah, it didn't work. I already told you about that. But the birds sang, the prose sang, the party did not sing. All around the world, in London and New York, in Africa and Brazil, and in the mysterious, forbidden lands beyond the frontiers, in the streets of Paris and Berlin, in the villages of the endless Russian plain, in the bazaars of China and Japan, everywhere stood the same solid, unconquerable figure, made monstrous by work and childbearing, toiling from birth to death, and still sinning. Yeah, we are the pros, and we are sinning. And if you said little, stupid person like Winston and like Georgie, you don't sing, cause yeah, everything is bad, but everything is great. Just practice doublethink. No, not ironically. Everything is good. Okay. We are dead, he said. We are the dead, echoed Julia dutifully. You are the dead, said the iron voice behind them. Yeah, they got spotted, they got caught. And everything will be bad for Julia and Winston. And you know what? I'm a pacifist. I love people. I don't like hurting people. Hurting people is bad. And torture is bad. But I don't like Winston so much. So when he was tortured, what? Tortured? Never mind. Когда его пытали. Tortured? Yeah. I didn't feel anything except a little bit of laughter. It was behind the picture, breathed Julia. It was behind the picture, said the voice. Remain exactly where you are. Make no movement until you are ordered. It was starting. It was starting at last. They could do nothing except stand gazing into one another's eyes. To run for life, to get out of the house before it was too late, no such thought occurred to them. Unthinkable to disobey the iron voice from the wall. Remember? Yeah? This is the resistance. Do you understand now why the party won? This is the resistance. Oh, freaking no. Alone, free, the human being is always defeated. It must be so, because every human being is doomed to die, which is the greatest of all failures. So yeah, like in the Master and Margarita, everyone thinks that death is the greatest of all failures. Failures. Have you tried believing God, maybe? And not writing bad books about fictional USSR. Okay. Please, trigger warning, крысы. The mask was closing on his face. Yeah, this is a torture. It's so unbelievably stupid to say this word, torture. Yeah, the wire brushed his cheek, and then, no, it was not relief, only hope, a tiny fragment of hope. Too late, perhaps too late, but he had suddenly understood that in the whole world there was just one person to whom he could transfer his punishment, one body that he could thrust between himself and the rats. And he was shouting frantically over and over, "Do it to Julia! Do it to Julia, not me! Julia, I don't care what you do to her! Tear her face off! Strip her of the balls! Not me! Julia, not me!" Also, half a book earlier, will you stop loving each other? No, we will not! Now, do it to Julia! This is unbelievably stupid, ugly, and yeah, this was the end of the book. No, not the end. In the end, Julia and Winston was released from this torturing from this building. Okay, they was kind of free. They were kind of free, and they've met, and Julia said that, "I betrayed you, Winston," and Winston said, "I betrayed you, Julia," and they just went their separate ways. I think in the end they were killed, but we don't have like a specific sentence about that, so let it be. After the book we have some parts, as I said, about newspeak. Countless other words such as honor, justice, morality, internationalism, democracy, science and religion had simply ceased to exist. In newspeak, yeah, they didn't have that words. I don't know what to say. When I read the book, I love the language, okay? The book is written good. No никаких претензий. But the мякотка, квинтэссенция, смысл is bullshit. And I don't like it. I can't even properly speak when I read this out loud and when I describe it. Maybe like 20 or 40 years before, this was interesting. But now, maybe we became smarter. Maybe, I don't know, maybe humanity changed. Maybe I've changed. Because, yeah, I was a little kid when I read this first time in my life. And I thought that, yeah, great book, woo! But now I just, I'm glad that I read it. I освежила воспоминания about this book, and I have a lot of jokes about it, and I, saying it to people who read it. But yeah, this book should exist. Every book that exists should exist. Some few exceptions, but I won't even say their names here. So yeah, I have a great fire hot butt hurt from this book. Thank you for being with me. I hope that you liked my video. such butt hurt. But yeah, the next one I will read is The Fight Club. I think my chair will burn down to ashes. Love you very much. Don't forget to subscribe, to like this video, to comment if you disagree with me, and to subscribe to my Telegram channel. С вами была я, Сладкая Вата, Sweet Cotton Ball. Очень вас люблю.